Please introduce us to your characters and how they come to reunite in Vegas.
Say that again?
Just a little...
Introduce us to your characters and how they get to reunite in Las Vegas.
Right, okay. You first.
I forget the name. Billy. Thank you so much. Billy is never married in his life, and suddenly don't ask me why, at the death of his law partner at the funeral, he finds it a good moment to ask his girlfriend, who's 1/3 his age, to get married. And his best buddies, because he comes from Flatbush, these gentlemen, he gives them a call to tell them they're getting married, and we meet in Las Vegas. And we have a couple of issues that are unresolved, but otherwise we have a hell of a good time.
Morgan?
Archie is a retired policeman. He's had a mild stroke. He has a sort of an overweening son.
Weaning?
Overweening. That is, he's overprotective.
Oh.
Who really restricts his activities because of this. So when Billy calls and says he's getting married, you guys, he has to use subterfuge to get out of the house. And he wins quite a lot of money in Vegas. So he's the financer of the big party.
And you?
I'm Patty, and we're all old friends from Flatbush, and Flatbush 4, and as Michael says, we have a couple of issues, unresolved issues over women and stuff in the past, not to give it away, and then we resolve it when we're there, more or less, and I'm grieving because my wife just died, and they sort of convinced me they tricked me into going to Vegas, I guess, or I think it is, and I'm mad at him, so Michael's character, so I don't want to really run into him, but I see him at the airport, and we go anyway, and then we meet Mary Steenburgen's character, and she sort of says you should stay, so I wind up staying because I tell him you know what, I'm not gonna ruin my time here because I know my wife would want me to stay here. And so they say, now I'm gonna party. And
go on.
And that's it. And then so we go on to his bachelor party that we create and so on and so forth. And then I guess that's pretty much what it's done, not to give it away.
I play Sam, who's retired and living in a retirement community in Florida. And it's pretty clear from the get-go he's retired somewhat prematurely and is bored. And his wife of 40 years, kind of, when this opportunity arises to go see his old dear friends, she encourages him to go, and not only that, but encourages him to try to find his spark and sort of gives him a hall pass, which doesn't happen in life, but it does happen in movies. And hilarity ensues. He's sort of crazy and looking for fun, but he learns some things about himself, and things happen to him. And
Did you call him a dork?
He's a little dorky. He's funny. Yeah. He's a little goofy. He's a little lost. He's a little, but he grows up, and it's about time, I think. I think all four of the characters come away at the end having come into some sort of reckoning with reality, with who they really are, and how important their friendship is. And my character realizes how important I don't want to give it away, it's a spoiler alert. How important, nothing.
Okay.
How important, never mind.
So at its core, this film is a story about 4 lifelong friends. Talk about the bond these guys have and why Vegas was the perfect backdrop for this film.
Well, the bond that they have is their 59-year friendship. and you always trust your oldest friends. And I guess, you know, Las Vegas, in terms of its image that anything goes, seems like an open arena to allow people to express themselves in a.
Without oversight.
For instance, you're in Las Vegas, right? And we asked Crystal, "Do you like older men?" You know, there you go. Give me a question.
Don't dodge the question.
I love older men.
There we go.